Hello everyone, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today I wanted to talk about the upcoming GTWS season and the World Finals that happened last weekend in Fukuoka. So I have a daily race running in the background that I was doing on Monday morning on my alt account. Also my first race on this combo. That was the pace wasn't amazing. I didn't really know what to do, but I think it was a fun race. So you can enjoy watching that race while I talk about the subjects that I want to talk about. So also no sound for the background. Sorry for that. Let's start off with the Fukuoka World Finals. If you haven't watched it, please watch that first, because I will be spoilering some things now. So if you don't want any spoilers, then obviously don't watch any further now. Let's start off with Manufacturers Cup. In Manufacturers Cup, we had Porsche winning the event, and I think Porsche deserved the win there for sure. They had they didn't even have that great of a car. Like, the Porsche is good, obviously, but it's mainly just the drivers are really good, and they deserve the win, in my opinion. But I do have to talk about some of the stuff that happened during the event, because for me, I care a lot about it, and that is basically the driving standards and the penalties from the stewards, or rather the lack of penalties. It seems to be getting worse every event, and I definitely think this event overall was by far the worst in terms of how the competition played out, and from a competitive standpoint it was a terrible event, to be honest. First of all, the combos are complete. There's a nice kill there, by the way, but the combos were just made to cause drama. Like, I don't really understand why the first race was at Daytona Oval. It just, first of all, it was impossible to overtake, because the moment you pull out of slip, you lose the slipstream and you cannot overtake. But during the race there was a lot of lag, and we are having a LAN competition at a live event, and there is lag. Yes, you heard that correctly. And due to this lag, we had people being able to spin each other out by accident on that track. So first of all, you cannot overtake, and then on top of that, you can spin each other out by accident. Yeah, amazing, right? And then you also have the possibility to throw in a red flag, which the drivers already knew beforehand, but then they only do it once Subaru spins. And yes, I am gonna just blatantly accuse PD of being selective in this, because they do it for Subaru. They even put Subaru and I don't know what the other car was that spun, but it doesn't really matter. They put those two cars back in their correct position, while Nissan, who got spun a little bit earlier on the same one lap earlier, I think, and they also got spun through no fault of their own, and they were at the back, and they just stayed at the back for the restart. Like, how is that even fair? And then later on during the race, there's an even bigger crash, like 3 cars involved. I think 4 in total crashed after the restart, and no red flags for those, even though one of those crashes, I think the big one, was like 3 laps before the end still. So I don't know what the thinking was there, and honestly, from someone who is really who really cares about fair competition, that's just not fair at all, and a terrible race to have in the World Finals, which is just essentially the World Championship. Combine that with the fact that the format is terrible. If you look at the point system, they get 6 points for a win in any of the previous events. So Berlin, Los Angeles, London, all worth 6 points for the win. And then in the World Finals, every race already, the 3 sprint races are already 12 points per win, and then the final is 24. So yeah, you can imagine that that's not particularly fair well, it's fair, I guess, but like everything you do up until then, like there's entire events that basically just don't matter whatsoever for the end result. Which, yeah, I don't know what to think of that, to be honest. And yeah, then we also had a lot of incidents in general happen during Manufacturers Cup with people hitting into each other, pushing each other off the track, braking too late, and basically just simply getting away with it. I would be able to name like a bunch of cases, but I'm gonna focus on one specific case now, and that's Miyazono. Because yes, I think PD do kind of go a bit lighter on Miyazono than they do on others, and that became really obvious for me seeing how Kai, who put it on pole for, no, this is Nations Cup. I have okay, so yeah, I'm already going into Nations Cup, I guess. But yeah, Miyazono just punting Kai, who put it on pole in the first corner. Well, okay, Miyazono didn't directly hit Kai, but Miyazono braked too late, clearly braked too late, braked into Kilian. Well, I think he could have also just avoided everyone ahead by turning very sharply to the inside wall on Spa. You can do that to hit no one and slow yourself down on the wall. And then, yeah, Kilian hits Kai. No fault of Kilian there, but yeah, Miyazono gets a 1 second penalty from that, and quite late in the race as well, where everyone is already spread out, and he didn't even lose the position, like the max position he could have gotten with that. It's like he was never getting P2 anyway, and he still got P3 in that race, which is just absurd for me. While Kai was in the mud after that, because he like instantly was in the pack, he couldn't overtake, and his car was really good at the start on the straight to get away from everyone, and then after that in sector 2 it was terrible. So yeah, that ruined his race, and yeah, Miyazono is still doing great. And then we have the next race where Paul does a similar move to Miyazono, braking too late, hitting into Kilian this time, this time, I mean, again, there's someone hitting into Kilian on that one T1. But yeah, Kilian has to cut the corner, almost spins when rejoining the track, and benefits, or like, not benefits, but I mean, yeah, some drivers had to suffer from that. But yeah, Paul did get a 3 second penalty for that, even though Kilian was just able to rejoin the track like by cutting the corner. I don't understand how this works. Like, how is that 2 seconds more? They should both be a penalty, and quite a big penalty in my opinion. But like, how is it not the same? Anyway, yeah, we had more bad driving standards in Nations Cup. I'm just very happy that Rossetti won. Well, I'm not happy that Rossetti won, because like, obviously I'm cheering for Kai to win. But Rossetti did deserve the win fully on Nations Cup. Like, he just dominated the entire year. You can't argue against that at all. But yeah, I mean, again, shitty point system. Not so obvious from Rossetti winning every race. But yeah, this just... it would have been very obviously, or well, very obvious and terrible if someone else had won, for example. Because like, Rossetti could have basically won 5 races this year, and then in the final race he doesn't win, and it could still go to someone else, which for me shows that there's something wrong with the point system. Anyway, I also want to talk about something that Afe did, or Thomas de Bouteille, as you might know him as. I don't know if it was a direct response, but he did not compete in any of the Nations Cup races after the first one. And yeah, some people I see talking on social medias. Well, I see that not myself, but I see it from others that people are saying that, because I don't have any social media, and this is one of the reasons. But yeah, I see people like saying that it's lame from him to just not drive anymore, or that it's not very like sportsmanlike. But at the same time, no one in the Nations Cup is like, oh, well, that's not very good sportsmanship. Like, none of his competitors think that. And everyone knows that there's something wrong with the system. Yet, like, no one actually speaks about it. And when you do speak about it, PD are like, well, okay, I mean, you can also just not come to the events. So I understand why people don't do that shit usually. And I think it's important that, like, people understand why stuff like that is being done. For example, mental health. Well, not for example, but I mean, mental health is like a big thing, especially when you're competing at such a high level. It's just esports, really. Like, I can tell you from experience that the mental aspect of GT7 competitions, is extremely rough. Like, have also like the amount of time people put into these events. Like, I don't think some people realize how much time drivers put into the game to compete at such a high level. Like, I'm pretty sure like most of those drivers in the World Finals put in more than maybe 5 hours per day practicing, you know, at least driving on the game in some way. So yeah, and that's also a lot of the time alongside a job or studying or school in general. Like, and then there's also the pressure of having to perform, not only because you want to, but also because others think you have to perform, others have an expectation of you. And if like such a shitty system is in place, and then people also go to complain about drivers not doing well or like make fun of them, it's really rough, you know, to compete with. And yeah, I know that some of that is always going to be part of it. You have to be mentally strong, but it's important to talk about, and like, you can't underestimate this stuff for competitions like these. But yeah, I really hope they do something about all of this next year. I don't have great hopes, knowing this has been going on for years and years. But yeah, I mean, it's important to talk about. And yeah, I'm curious what you guys think about it. So yeah, do definitely let me know. Because I think this is a subject that needs talking about. And yeah, it's just, some people are going to have different opinions on this. So I am curious. Anyway, now let's talk about next year. Yeah, GTWS season. If you have seen my most recent video where I announced my manufacturer, you will have seen that I'm very confident, and I'm still very confident in my ability to qualify this year. I just wanted to quickly talk about what it's gonna look like. So what we know already is, of course, that we're gonna have Abu Dhabi as our first World Tour much earlier than usual. So 28th of March. Usually the official season only starts in like April or May. Like, it ended in June last year, I think. So yeah, very early season this year. Yeah, I think better. I don't know. Everyone will have their own opinion about that. At least we know quite a bit before now when it's starting, which is much better than what we had before. There's also many other competitions next year. There was a bit of bumps there in the race that you are seeing right now. But we also have some other competitions coming up. I cannot talk about all of them, because I don't think all of it is public info. But yeah, there's some really cool stuff coming up, and I'm sure that at some point you guys will hear about it. Especially if you're somewhat into GT, you will hear about it. I'm very, very excited for that stuff. And yeah, especially everything team related, as I am extremely happy to be in VQS and be part of the management team, of course, in VQS. I love team competitions, honestly. They should bring it into GTWS itself. And we are having the esports team competition exhibition race that was already driven in Fukuoka but will be broadcasted. I don't know when. I hope soon. I already know the result, of course. Do watch that. Yeah, and do support VQS, of course, as always. But yeah, and we also, just like last year, seem to have another year of Mach 25 championships coming up. Already started the first one, had a pre-quali now for the VEC, Virtual Endurance Championship. And yeah, I'm very excited to do that again. Obviously, we won last year. It was just an amazing year for us as a team. And I'm very proud very proud of the team, of how we've performed this last year, and I really hope we can continue that in the coming years. Meanwhile, I'm also working on some other stuff for the team, of course. Let's see. I had some stuff written down for what I could talk about. So yeah, there's also some other things that I noticed recently in the game. I want to make a video about it, but what I can tell you is that I, for example, noticed that the throttle is not linear anymore. Like, it's just very random, but I don't even know why I'm saying this right now, but yeah, random fact. The throttle is not linear anymore. You can check it yourself by checking the input in the calibration and checking the same input when you actually start driving. It's not linear anymore. And yeah, oh yeah, I wanted to talk about my channel actually. I I was like uploading the video, obviously, for me now yesterday. I don't know when I will release this video, but yeah, I had so many new subs come in from just that one video. Like, thank you guys so much for that. It's honestly crazy to see for me. Like, I think I gained so many subs this year compared to other years, and we're almost at 500. Like, it's kind of crazy for me. I want to keep doing videos like these. I might try to make some content on official season. I will definitely record all the races, of course. There's just this one factor of not ever wanting to share something to my competitors, of course. Now, yeah, that's something I really hate, because I would love to make content on official season, and I know I don't get that distracted from, for example, streaming or stuff. But yeah, we'll see. I'll try to at least make the videos after the season is over, but maybe I can make them during the season. Yeah, so let's think about what else I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, I will probably make another video before the end of the year. Had some ideas for a video, but yeah, I'll see. I really like now what I'm doing with my channel. I think the more chill stuff is what suits me better as a person, and it's much easier for me to edit, so that it doesn't really like waste a lot of my practice time, which is very important for me. Yeah, as I said before, you do have to practice quite a lot to stay at the top level on this game. But yeah, anyway, maybe I will just commentate this final lap of this race that you're seeing now, because yeah, for me this race was not an obvious zero stop. So not like, I didn't know at the start of the race that I had to tire save a lot. I only realized like 2 or 3 laps in, and yeah, I think I brought back the tire wear quite well, because I was definitely not gonna survive it if I didn't realize that it was a no stop. And yeah, let's see what happens here on this final lap before we end the video. So yeah, tire completely cooked. I can take no apex speed through here. As you can see, understeering a lot, but there's also some bomb sight going on up ahead. All of the cars are very close together, and it's Key with penalty as I get dived a little bit from Kizzy. And we got Manu Rodri here. I think his tire was dead on this lap, and he's in the Ferrari, and I think it was his rear tire that was struggling a lot at this point. So I was like, might as well send it. Going down the inside. And I cannot brake too late because I also don't have a lot of tire remaining on my front right. Got held up here a little bit by Paulo, but now he holds up Manu Rodri, who is sliding a little bit. Also sliding a little bit there, but yeah, we get the head tire around the outside. Very nice move. Now, not really having a look, just more defending from behind. Oh, everything bunches up though, and then yeah, we hit Paulo. But there's no overtaking here. I think he is dead on the tires at this point though, from seeing his driving. Now, I'm also very scared of my tire. It's on like 5% right now. So I cannot let anyone pass, but I cannot accelerate either because of the cars ahead. But yeah, the nature of that corner pushes everyone away from each other again on the exit, which helps me in this case. And yeah, we're just trying to survive it until the final corner. Can we keep the tire alive? I brake too late here, and everyone brakes too late. It's just complete chaos with everyone dying on the tire. And yeah, we're not gonna get another position here, unfortunately. There's a drag race up ahead though, between Key and Paulo D. And in the end we get P5. Key keeps the P3 there. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like the video. And yeah, I'll speak to you guys next time. Goodbye.